welcome to Band Geek. I'm Richie Castellano. Joining me today is my co-host Jarrett Pressman.
Hi everyone, I'm not Anne Marie. Sorry to disappoint you.
We're going live today because Wednesday night is usually when I do my live stream, but had some other stuff going on today, and I figured let's still go live because me and Jarrett want to record our first proper Band Geek YouTube video / podcast for the year. So we're just hanging, and we'll be watching your questions go by, and if anything looks not offensive, we'll answer it.
Well, I'll answer the offensive stuff.
Yeah, Jared will answer the offensive questions. I will field the non-offensive questions.
The answer is butts.
So hello to we got Donna Marie, Ron, Robert, a different Robert,
Also Robert.
Max.
Hey Max.
Leon. How's it going, Leon? This is really live right now. We're doing yes, Robert Powers. Is this really live? Yes, it is.
I don't know how. I feel like that doesn't really prove that we're live.
Hold on. Where's today's newspaper?
It's tomorrow's date.
So okay, we want to talk about a few things. We're just sort of hanging out, geeking out. Happy New Year, everybody! What's up, Ricky Smith, Kevin Kelly, Cindy Tino Goldberg? So there's a couple things that happened that we haven't addressed because we were all doing holiday stuff and hanging out with the families, which was a lot of fun. First of all, how was your holiday?
My Chanukah. It was good. It's we always do it on the cheap. My family's not that big, so we did a little small. My sister made potato latkes. God bless her, though. Even though she was incredibly sick.
Yeah.
So it was filled with potatoes and onions and matzo meal and snot.
I thought matzo meal is snot.
No, matzo meal is tough. But yeah, it was good. It was nice and quiet.
I had a great Christmas, New Year's. New Year's was ordered a slice of pie from L&B Pizza in Brooklyn. So if you ever go to Brooklyn, go to L&B, Spumoni Gardens.
Eric Bloom will tell you different, though.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know about pizza. He lives on Long Island. So,
but they have a pizza crumb cake on Long Island. That Hummel pizza crumb.
Oh God. This was the big event this Christmas, though. I got the Oculus Rift, and it's a miracle that I'm doing this today because I did not want to stop playing with the Oculus Rift. But today I decided to stop what I was doing, an adult. First of all, the Oculus Rift is amazing. I'm playing a game called Elite Dangerous. If any of you guys plays that, send me an invite, send me a message, and I'll give you my commander name. That's how they do it.
You're a commander.
Actually, another cool thing I got from my wife got me that. She also got me this really cool book. Hold on, let me go to the alt angle here. I have an alt angle. Alt shot.
None of this works. Oh.
This is the Brian May Red Special book, and it is all these like detailed drawings and old photographs of him building the guitar. It's really, really neat. If you're into that sort of thing, if you like here, this is the inside of the Red Special, and that's Brian May with his dad. This is like really cool stuff here. So if you're a guitar nerd and you like to know how all this stuff works, very cool book. Is that like a PS4? Robert wants to know. No, it's basically a glorified computer screen that, it hooks up to your computer, and it's a headset that goes on, and then you can look around you in 360 space, and you could see, what's going on. Richie, are you? Hey, what's up, Ernie Jackson? Am I sponsored by any companies? Yes. Audio Technica and Line 6 are the big ones.
Yeah.
And something that's going to be happening this year, very soon, I think, is I'm going to be starting to use Federa guitars. They're building one for me right now, and I'm very excited to play it. I do have a Federa here that's a loaner because they took my favorite guitar and they're cloning the neck. So yes,
the neck is very, very important on a guitar, and
it's gonna sound like Django Fett when they're done. So the guitar. This is the stream tonight, John Schultz. So the guitar that I'm gonna get is gonna be similar to this, sort of the body shape, but it's gonna be a disgusting color, and it's gonna have more of my kind of features. But this is the general shape of it.
This finish is called 1980s Basement.
This finish is called Natural.
Ah.
So, I heard about Getty's bass book. Oh, Ray Magnuski says we should talk about why Terry Hatcher is the best Lois Lane.
We don't have enough time.
Well, John Schultz, instead of doing the show tonight, I figured we had such a good one last week. I'll give it a rest for this week because I didn't want to double dip.
Yeah.
So
I'm considered not double dipping.
yeah, this is also you guys haven't seen Jarrett on the stream.
Hey.
Yeah, that's right, Ernie. Thank you. Federa is in Brooklyn, New York, so it's been really nice to just hop over the bridge and go to their shop. And their shop, if you're interested in buying one of their instruments, you can make an appointment and go there. And they have a showroom with all their different models. It's very cool. Robert Powers wants to know, how does my dad like his HX effects? He loves it. He's been using it on gigs. The only issue with it is that he's afraid to reprogram it. Like, he won't touch anything on it.
He doesn't want to customize it to himself?
No, it is. I customized it to him.
Oh, okay.
I made him, we made a video on it. A whole thing, and he's afraid that he's gonna screw something up, so he doesn't want to touch the preset. But he said, "Dad, you really can't screw it up with this. It's made to be intuitive." Hello in Australia. What's in the works for 2019 for Band Geek? You're looking at it.
Yeah,
No,
that was going to be my first response. The second one I was going to say we got some stuff in the pipeline, so nothing we can really talk about yet, which means we don't know.
This is how Band Geek works. I have a list of ideas that I want to make for videos, and I'm at the mercy of getting everybody together in one room to do them. That's why I've been doing a lot of the live streams by myself, because I don't have to schedule anybody. I just do it when I feel like it.
Yeah, it's we tell people all the time, getting us all in a room together is actually much harder than it sounds because of everybody's touring schedules and work schedules. Jeremy
Byram wants to know, would you be able to share any inside notes on setting up the Helix with some BOC stuff? Okay, I have first of all of my BOC presets are free and available for you to download at Line 6 Custom Tone, and there's a link on my website to it also. Matter of fact, let me see if it's even here. Gear. I think I have a link. Oh, here we go. Let's switch the screen. So here on my website, this is the gear page on my website. If you go here, this link takes you directly, I hope. No?
I don't think that's a link.
Here it is.
I was like, I don't think it's a link. I think it's just in bold.
It takes you directly to my page at Custom Tone, and you'll be able to find all of my every one of my presets that I've made available, and all of my Blue Oyster Cult presets are available for download. So that's a pretty cool thing. So if you want to do that, and also I made a YouTube video on it. The trick is tweaking and patience. You have to have patience to get the good sound, and the high cut is your friend. Because if things sound too buzzy or fizzy, use that high cut. Amory is working tonight.
What?
I got Jarrett instead.
Hey, come on.
Lisa Jill has nothing witty to say tonight.
Yeah, she never has anything witty to say.
Oh, why you be mean? Why you be mean?
Why you be mean? No, I can't be. It's because she got me. Let's talk about other Christmas presents. My sister got me. Is this a... Wait,
hold on. You gotta prepare me for this. Yeah, good.
So I got this book about Gal Gadot, soldier, model, Wonder Woman.
Oh my God. Is it illustrated or something? Or?
Yeah, and it talks all about her acting career, and here's pictures of her.
So it's 4 pages?
And here's her on the set of Fast and the Furious.
What's up, Rob Crossland? Rob, am I going to see you in England? Let me know, buddy.
She also got me this. Which is a Back to the Future children's book. Look how excited Marty is. This is the difference between you and I. I get these things. I got the official Die Hard coloring book. I ask you guys if Die Hard is a Christmas movie. The answer is yes. And I also got my 2019 Murder, She Wrote wall.
What? Why do you have that?
Featuring several shots of Angela Lansbury. Because I'm an idiot. And I also, this was my big purchase.
Apple, you want to put that on again?
I can't do anything. Oh, there we go. Yes, I bought an Apple Watch, and it does this.
It's 6:51.
That's impressive. I'm
Very
glad you have these things.
$500. What time it is.
All right, Ray wants us to tell very quickly why Terry Hatcher is the best Lois Lane. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I think that she has the sort of pluckiness like the playfulness.
I was gonna say spunk.
Yeah, she's got the spunk. She's you know, she has like this sort of the ego without being annoying. You know what I mean? Like that's very evident in the way she chose to play that character. She's like, no, I know I'm the best person that works here.
Yeah.
Stay out of my way and you'll be fine.
Right.
That's basically, you know, we can be friends if you stay out of my way.
And I mean, she looks like Lois Lane. Like, there's the genius of Lois and Clark is that it really was one of the first ones to kind of like pop off the page. You're like, yeah, that's what that suit looks like. That's what the Kent farm looks like.
Yeah.
And that's what Lois Lane looks like.
The reason we're bringing that up is because that's what I did on New Year's. I know you went out to like a party or something.
Yeah.
Me and Phil, we ate that L&B pizza and we downloaded the DC Universe app. And we watched a couple episodes of Lois and Lane, which he'd never seen before, and he was absolutely blown away by. He loved it.
It makes me so angry there are so many things that Phil hasn't
Yeah, but
seen.
he's like, oh my God, it's so great. And also, we watched a couple episodes or 3 episodes of that show Titans.
Yes.
Which was surprisingly good.
On DC Universe.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you, Leon.
Pap, I'll see you in New Hampshire, buddy.
Thank you, Leon. It is a Christmas movie.
So, the other thing we're going to talk about while we're on, let's see. Okay, Riley63 has a question. I'm going to try to answer questions while talking. Who is your favorite Band Geek member to sing harmonies with when you guys play a song? That's very easy. It's Anne-Marie, because Anne-Marie is a phenomenal singer. She's super in tune. It's so funny. I saw someone on the Close to the Edge video say, "Oh, it's horribly tuned." I'm like, no. She just sings in tune.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, unless he was talking about us, which yes, okay, me and Andy were pretty bad in the background. That's why it's nice and low. But Anne-Marie's pretty spot on. So yeah, that's my that's my answer to that.
I concur. It's not me.
Well, okay, so someone asked before about what it takes to get the Band Geeks to play a local show, and you and I were talking about this.
Yeah.
It takes money.
Yes.
Send money, and we'll show up, and also if we're free. Okay, here's the thing about that. The reason we can do the things we do is because we do them here in this controlled environment where I have everything set up already, and everybody's got nice, monitor mixes, and we can go back and fix things if we have to. Like we can, oh, that sucked, let's just do it again. We can do that. That's why it works here. To do it in a live setting, like a truly live setting, in a away.
We've done it twice.
Yeah, like away from this, it takes more people. It takes more effort, and therefore takes more money because we have to pay more people. Like this one, we don't care about having a sound guy because I mix everything after the fact. You know what I mean? Right. We don't care about having a monitor guy because we sit here and do monitors for an hour before we start even playing note 1.
Right.
So that's why. So yeah, it's basically it's going to cost what okay. What I'm trying to say is we can't go to the local bar and play for $400.
Unfortunately,
it doesn't work like that. The closest we'll get to that is doing the live stream down here, and that's my sort of like, okay, we can't do that, so we'll do this instead, and it's pretty convenient for people. But to come to do a live show, I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm saying we can do it. It just costs money because we got to get there, number one, so that's got to be paid for.
Right. And
then we have to hire crew, and that's before any of us gets paid. So it's a big job.
Also, there's food involved, and if you've ever seen any of us eat, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm. So while we were on the DC topic, we saw Aquaman.
Yeah, we didn't do a proper review just because of the holidays, but we have time to talk about it now.
Yeah, so I want to talk about Aquaman.
If you haven't seen it, spoilers.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert! Spoiler. Okay, we'll
since this is
we'll do this when the spoiler's over. Okay.
We're gonna dance like Muppets.
No, we're gonna do the Team America call for help.
No.
So this is what we're gonna do. So when we do this, you can unmute your video. So we saw Aquaman. I was expecting it to be horrible because the trailers looked horrendous.
Yeah, it was one of the ones that I wasn't excited really going into, but had to see it, and I was blown away at how much the trailers didn't represent how good it was.
Right, and also I was so turned off by the DC movies after the Justice League. I didn't really. Yes, we can come to Scotland. Just add money, man.
More money.
That's it.
The further away you get from Richie's house,
yes,
and studio,
the more it costs.
The more it costs. Like, go to my house versus.
And I'm not saying that like ooh, I need all the money. No, I'm saying that it's gonna cost us money to get there. I can't just be like, okay, I can't show up at the pub in Scotland. Like, okay, can I have $100 a man? It's like, no, we had to get there first. So Okay. The I didn't know what to think because I was after the Justice League. I was just like, oh, this is done.
And
this is over.
And the powers that be, all the basically being the internet and the movie studios, were all like, we have to fix this. We're trying to fix this. We don't like, and it just seemed like they didn't know where they were going with anything. So they were like Aquaman's gonna kind of be like a weird thing of like them trying to do something else.
Anyway, there was a lot of mixed information, and it didn't look like it was going to be good. And I remember you and I watched the first trailer, and we were like, this looks freaking horrible.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm not going to see this. But we went. We didn't go opening night like we normally would.
Yeah.
We didn't even take advantage of the Amazon Prime member thing. We went to go see it like a few days after it was out.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So we saw it, and I was sitting next to Anne-Marie in the theater, and I went, this is freaking amazing.
Even just within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, I was not expecting this to be like this.
I mean, just right out of the gate, it was like, when it kind of started, I was like, all right, because it started actually with one of the things that I hate, which is just a voiceover, because if it starts with a voiceover, it means it's going to end with a voiceover.
Yes, Leon, yes. All right, go on.
Sorry. Yes. Oh, Leon's movie Leon.
Yeah.
Yes, Leon. Yes, please. And it was just like, my mother and father were never meant to be together. Like, it was just like, it started off and I was like, oh, this is going to be lame. And then in the first 10 minutes of the movie, you have a close quarters fight with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah. Nicole Kidman.
Like doing Black Widow moves. And I was like, holy shit.
Right. Okay. Now, it's not a flawless movie. There was some like clunky parts. There was, some people said it ran a little long. But I was just wildly entertained. I felt like I was turning the pages and seeing like splash page.
Yeah.
Like I was like, this is like reading a comic book. Like whoever wrote this like has read a comic book. Where other movies, I'm just like, this person has no idea.
Right. And you told me something after the movie was over, because usually we'll whisper back and forth to each other during the movie, but we were actually kind of glued the whole time. But it was basically underwater Tron.
Yeah, the plot follows Tron Legacy like pretty closely.
But visually and musically,
oh man,
it was just and for those that don't know, Tron Legacy is a movie that there it is. The games. But Tron Legacy is a movie that Richie and I really legitimately both love. Mm-hmm. And so this was just like the next best thing.
I can't wait to see it again.
Yeah.
I thought it was terrific. I thought it was fun. I thought all of the criticisms I read about him were probably true, and I agreed with them, but I didn't care. Because it was so much fun. It was a blast to watch. The effects were great. Every like slow-mo, like when he comes out with the orange suit on, I'm like, holy crap, like they're going there.
And they threw in some references to stuff too, like old school Aquaman stuff. Leon, I'm also looking forward to Shazam. But there was like little things. Like one thing, like they were like, oh, we're gonna fight to the death, and then they had an octopus playing the drums. Yeah. I didn't know this watching it, but evidently like that was one of his sidekicks in the comic.
Really?
I forget what the octopus's name was, but that was like a sidekick in the old school DC Comics. And then I noticed it, and then I double checked after when he grabs the trident,
right?
Like when he gets his his official trident and gets his costume and everything like that. The sound it makes is the sound from the Super Friends when he talks to.
That reminds me of something. Yes, I also liked his effect, his telepathy. They show it with the rings.
Yeah.
That's right from the Super Friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, like, of course, that's the exact effect it should be.
Yeah.
I was like, because if you think of, like, if Bryan Singer made that movie, for example, right?
Right.
It would be something else.
Yeah.
They're like, we can't do the rings. But these guys like, no, screw it, do the rings. Do it, like everything that, like, I felt like there was a meeting where, like, someone was like, no, you can't do that. It's like, why? Just do it. Do it.
Because you can now. That's the thing. It makes sense to do everything the way that you didn't want to do it before, which is why we had, like, the dark stuff, which, again, you and I liked. You know, Superman, Man of Steel, BVS.
Wait, John says it's got more than 3 rings. It's not 3 points. It's not a trident. Well, it's like my four-man trio. It's the same thing.
Well, then what's it called, John Schultz?
It's a four-dent.
It's a
quadrant.
It's a quadrant.
A quadrant. Quintent.
But So yeah, it was like that kind of stuff, and even like the little silly stuff, like when they showed him as a kid, and they were like, "Look, Arthur can talk to fish." I was like, "Damn right he can!" And look at all the fish behind him. It was really enjoyable. Amber Heard as Mira.
Oh my God!
It was like watching a badass Ariel, the Little Mermaid.
It was. You know, I was. I think the reason I liked it so much is because I was expecting it to suck so badly, and when it didn't suck, I was like, "Oh my God, this is a lot of fun." Some people were really expecting a lot from it, and then were disappointed. So I think from now on, I'm gonna go see all these fanboy movies with very low expectations.
His dad was Django Fett, also cool. Wow, what else? I mean, I thought one criticism. I thought it could have done without Black Manta.
Yeah, that was that would have been a good sequel thing, but
it was a little forced.
I felt like they didn't know if they were going to get a sequel with this. They might as well put in like his two big villains.
Yeah.
You know, but
I did like the fact
Black
that they
Manta
had
was
to make,
awesome.
But I like the fact that they had to make his helmet visually look like the helmet, and they gave it a reason for it.
Yeah. No, you know what? It was tacked in sort of like in, I know this is blasphemy, but in The Dark Knight, how Two-Face is kind of like shoved into the movie with the Joker is it's really Joker's movie. But still, I kind of liked it.
Robert Powers. It's just like having the voice of Optimus Prime in the Transformers cartoon do his voice in the movie. It gives it some clout, and that's why people remember it.
Yep.
You're absolutely right.
Yes.
And he has one of my favorite voices ever. I do a bad version of that.
Go ahead.
It's Autobots transform and roll out.
I think that's pretty good.
Nah, it's terrible.
It's pretty good.
One shall stand. Oh, I just remember from the first Transformers movie. You must get to the building, Sam.
So, are we done with the review of this?
Yes. Out of 4 out of 5 starfishes, how many do you give it?
A 4.
Me too.
Yeah.
Go see Aquaman. I want to see it on IMAX. Yay, Aquaman.
Okay. Unmute. Unmute. All right, good. So, we liked Aquaman. I want to talk about some other things. There was something I was really looking forward to, and it just came out, and I'm going to urge everybody to watch this. It is where is this?
Sorry, just gotta chill.
Wait, why is no? I don't want to see that.
That was very funny. Actually.
Okay, so
sorry.
It's this. It's the Vader fan film. Now I want to talk about what the Vader fan film is, and I've been following this for a little while now. The Vader fan film is made by a YouTube channel called The Star Wars Theory, or Star Wars Theory. Mm-hmm. I've been following the YouTube channel for about a year. You know that Obi-Wan High Ground t-shirt I wear?
Right.
I bought that to support that channel. I'm a big fan of this guy's, and he's a really brilliant YouTuber. So if you are not sure what that is, go to Star Wars Theory on YouTube and check that out. What I started following his videos because he does these sort of like what ifs. Like, what if Anakin never turned to the dark side?
Right.
Or what makes a Jedi's lightsaber? It's all like real deep Star Wars lore. Like deep, if you got to be really into it. But so I don't want to go into this again. But you know, Disney's kind of been dropping the ball a bit on Star Wars. So he in a brilliant. The guy did this just totally brilliantly. The whole thing, and I can't give him enough praise. So. What he did was he knew that, okay, there's no Star Wars movie coming out Christmas.
Right.
That's, you know, we saw Force Awakens come out there.
Right.
That's when Last Jedi came out. The fans are unhappy that they didn't want a solo movie.
Right.
They don't like what's happening to the characters.
And they sort of tainted the year saying like, oh, we're not going to put out a movie this Christmas.
Right. So what this guy did is says, okay, I'm going to make a movie. Because his YouTube channel has over 1 million subscribers and he's been making real money off the channel.
Right.
And he says, I'm going to make a movie with the money I've made off of YouTube.
Right.
And you guys are going to help me. So he said, here are the parts I need. Here's basically the script. Send in your auditions. And basically he sent in, they whittled it down to 5 people for each one. And then the fans helped him pick who was going to be in it. So it's almost like a crowd-sourced movie. He couldn't crowdfund it because of Lucasfilm's rules on fan films.
Right.
You can't put ads on it or crowdfund it, but he made it by democratic rule. You know what I mean? Like every decision was sort of made by fan comments.
It was crowdsourcing versus fan funding.
Right, yeah. Right. And so the fans are in the movie, and they got guys that look like some of the characters and women. And they also got people that had like clone trooper suits,
Right.
And Darth Vader suits.
Very well produced.
Very well produced. And I really tip my hat to him. And the only thing I'm going to be critical of it. So if you haven't seen it, it's 12 minutes long. So when we do this, the review will be over. The spoiler free.
Just gonna let you keep doing that.
Yeah, review. So the story is about basically right after episode 3 of Vader struggling to like what his life is now.
Right.
Basically, he blames all of his problems on the Emperor, and it starts with like a dream sequence. It's very good, especially for a fan film. The only thing is that my only critique about it, and take this with a grain of salt. And no, I haven't made a Star Wars fan film. I'm not posting it, but I'm not gonna. I probably couldn't have done better. So because all right, I posted this on the comment, like a very constructive comment on the thing, and I got flamed. I got like totally torched because I don't really like to leave comments like that. But I thought it was like, hey, this is great. Maybe next time, blah, 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 right? And I got totally torched, so I deleted the comment because I'm a coward and I don't want to deal with that crap in my inbox.
Coward! Yeah. Miyagi! You can have the bone dance at the castle. I'm nice now.
Just, if I play it while we're looking at it. So first of all, I'll go to this screen cap here. So it starts off, I guess we're on the Death Star or Star Destroyer. And we could tell from the window that we're on the Star Destroyer. And this looks amazing. The lighting, look at that costume. Everything's great. The voice acting's terrific. Everything's great. The only thing that bothers me is that I know how much he spent on it because he kept talking about it.
Right.
He spent like over $100,000. And this room looks like he's at the Hilton.
Is he in conference room C?
Yeah, because you see the wall sconces. It doesn't look like a wall on the floor. Everything. It doesn't look like a room on the Death Star.
Right.
Now that's a very, very minor nitpick.
Right.
But it's just like I'm thinking like at that point, if you're gonna be spending that kind of bread, like do it on a green screen and put yourself actually on an Imperial, installation. That's really the only thing that bugged me about this is that room because it looks like a room at the Hilton.
Right.
But other than that, it's really great. Some of it's a little soap opera-y. Like there's a scene. I'll fast forward to it.
Oh, so you're talking about the scene with Padme?
Yeah, where he's like, hugging Padme. It's like, okay, I mean, it's cool. See, like, oh, like it's just something I never thought I'd see Vader do.
He just looks like holding a blanket. Oh, there she is.
It just seems, and this actress is great. Everything's great. Those are like my only two little nitpicks. Like also, as we go on here, there's like a space shot that's absolutely glorious. Let's see if we can find it. It's coming up soon.
We've now officially turned into the here. Just watch this. Just watch this video.
Just watch the video. Hold on. No. The part's coming up.
It's only 4.5 minutes. Just keep watching.
Also, look at the bottom.
Watching.
It's got almost 5 million views. Like, look at this part. That's absolutely unbelievable looking.
Yeah.
That looks like right out of the movies. So I was just a little confused by the sort of where the money was spent.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like part of it. Like I was speaking to a filmmaker friend of mine, and he said that like part of this is like consistency. It's like when you find a style, you got to stick to that style and make it like really consistent.
Sure. But
that's really it. Like it's unbelievable. And if you're gonna call it a backhanded compliment, screw you. I think it's very good. Congratulations. I'm telling people to go to his channel and subscribe to it.
Right.
So this is also for me is a 4 out of 5 star. How about for you?
I had a very weirdly specific comment about it, which is they're fan films, so I understand that it's not the original actors; it's a fan film. Which there's a lot of really great fan films. I'm a huge fan of Superpower Beatdown and stuff. That's one of my favorite channels. But this, I couldn't take myself out of the fact that it wasn't Padme and it wasn't.
But it's a fan film. You have to.
I get that, but for some reason it just bothered me that much. And it's like, I don't know, maybe just specifically with the Emperor. It was just the voice was throwing it for me. That's again, it's a nitpick. Did I make a Star Wars fan film? No, but like that. The example I gave Richie before was we briefly mentioned Titans on DC Universe, and they're coming out with more shows and more content. And there's a show coming out called Doom Patrol that has Cyborg in it. And we've seen Cyborg on the big screen in Justice League, and now there's going to be a version of him on the television show. And to me, I said it looked like the Party City version of Cyborg, where it's just like, oh, look, they're advertising Halloween. Like, you can be Cyborg too. Here's our costume. So again, little criticism. The Emperor took me out of it, but outside of that, yeah, it's
great job, great effort, bravo. I mean, I can't praise it any more than that. I mean, I think it's great, and I've been following it, and I was really looking forward to it. I even sent in an audition. I sent in because for the next episode, I think they're gonna have Obi-Wan's voice in there.
Sure.
So I sent in like a hello there, audition. And so I'm all about this. It's very cool. I love when the fans take initiative and do stuff because if you hate what Disney's doing, do it yourself.
That's the thing. If you don't like something, make something.
But I do have a fan film that you can watch. It's called Tiger's Fang. It's the worst fan film, but that's on purpose. But that's my Kung Fu fan film. So review over. There we go. You can come back. Another thing I'm going to tell you guys to check out while we're talking about these fan films.
So you support you support this guy? You bought a T-shirt from his YouTube channel? Oh, did you know you could do that with these new T-shirts?
That's right. So if you go, check this out. We added some stuff to the store. If you go to richiecastellano.com/store, you can buy CDs, both autographed and non-autographed. We've also just added autographed Band Geek photos, 8x10s. And those are available at richiecastellano.com/store. And we also have our merch, and that can be found at the tip jar. So if you go to or you can use the link right there. If you go to richiecastellano.com/tip jar, it brings you to this, and you can leave us a tip if you'd like. And actually, if you do it right now, it'll pop up on the screen. Or you see this little merch tab up top? If I click on that, that brings us to the store, and we have all these T-shirts for sale. So Jarrett right now is showing the Your Mix is Whack graphic T-shirt for men.
Correct.
We have the logo T-shirt. We have the Band Geek logo T-shirt. We have the animated one, and we also have mugs, which have been very popular actually.
And some unautographed posters. And
yeah,
stuff.
and but these are big posters. If you want to have like a huge poster in your house, that's
if you want us to be your teenage dream, then,
my
then you
face.
can hang us.
And the other thing you can do to support us is go to riotcast.com/bandgeek, hit the Amazon banner at the top of the page right there, and then once you do that, a small percentage of your purchase, when you check out, you do it before you shop. Once you check out, a small percentage of your purchase goes to supporting our show, and it doesn't cost you anything extra, and it helps us out immensely. So thank you for doing that and continuing to do that.
I'd also like to point out that those autographs are our autographs. We had a little signing session, and some of our spit is on it too, because we had to blow on the markers because they were getting all smudged.
Whose autograph would that be?
Mine was getting all smudged. And if you buy them, some of them have a smiley face, somebody has a frowny face. It's like limited edition.
So yeah, so that's our merch. Now check this. This is another fan film me and Philip stumbled on the other day at New Year's. This one is called Galactic Battles 2018. Check this out. Let me skip to something here. So we got Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon, right? We got the Millennium Falcon. So there's your R2-D2, whatever. It looks really good, right? But check this other stuff out. We have Cortana, and that's Shepard on from Mass Effect, right? We got Master Chief. So it's Halo, Star Wars.
Wait, I just saw the Enterprise. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Halo, Star Wars, Star Trek, and Mass Effect. So that's on this guy Calvin Romaine's page right here. So I would suggest you check that out.
It's safe to have Romaine again. So
yes.
You can go to.
And this only has 44,000 views. I think this should have 4 million views as well. And then the other fan film is this old chestnut here. The Darth Maul one, which is unbelievable looking. I love this one. This one's got 18 million views. Look at that. It's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's just it just shows you, it's just like when you want to create something and you're passionate about it, then do it. And I love that.
Hello there, Brianna and Nicole Winters. How you doing? Thank you. This is a very nice fedora. I will be getting a custom one soon, hopefully. Sounds good too.
Do you have a color?
I'm trying to do the slime burst again. See who said I wasn't going to play tonight.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't say shit. So those are our movie reviews. All and yeah, anybody. I like it when someone has an idea and they make something. And also, a lot of people have been asking, how come the Band Geeks haven't been doing this, been doing that? Well, we did some really, really hard videos. Actually, I had like a list of when we first started the show.
Yeah. And
we knocked some of them off this year.
Yeah.
Like the Never Gonna Let You Go thing.
Sure.
Really hard to do, especially on the video editing perspective.
Close to the edge.
Close to the edge took me a very long time.
And thank you guys for making that like one of our highest viewed videos.
Oh yeah. And also thank you for continuing to watch the Heaven and Hell one. But I think that was last year, was it?
Yeah, it was like mid last year. I like that we get to share our old stuff with you on the Throwback Thursdays. That's always fun.
Jarrett, Leon wants to know about your tats.
Oh, there's lots of them. There's a ratchet. There's a dinosaur. That's the early bird. I've got some up here. I've got some up here. They all have a story. I'm not going to get into them. They're all kind of depressing. But they make me look cool. So, yeah.
All
right, Leon, which tattoo specifically do you want to know?
I have to wait like 45 seconds.
Yep.
All right. Well, I had basically the month off from the road with BOC, and I took advantage
of
of
Oculus.
No, I spent the last week in Oculus to be honest. I've been writing a lot of music. I actually wrote something with Albert Bouchard this week.
Oh.
I went to his place, and he's working on another one of those Michael Moorcock album. Michael Moorcock wrote a trilogy, like a time travel trilogy, sci-fi time travel sort of thing.
Right.
And for each book, Albert and this guy Don Falcone is no relation to Don Falcone.
Don Falcone.
He's writing an album to go with it. So Anne Marie and I actually contributed to the first album, and we are also going to be on the second album. I actually wrote a song, went to Albert's place, and we wrote a song from scratch. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Also, something else to check out. I don't have it with me. Is Skinner Rat? It's one word, Skinner Rat.
Okay.
Check that out. It's a really cool project. Dr. Gary Telgenhoff, he was the medical examiner of the coroner of Las Vegas.
Okay.
And he was also like an amateur musician and wrote songs. So he hired like me, Buck, Danny Miranda, bunch of guys to play on his stuff. He got very ill while he was making the album and unfortunately passed away. A good friend of his took it upon himself to get the album mixed, packaged, and put out. So that just came out this week. So if you could check that out, it's got me, Danny, and Buck on it. I played a lot on it actually. I was working on that thing for like 8 years.
Yeah.
Just he kept sending me tracks. Put a guitar solo on this, sing on this one, do some background vocals, play bass. So that's how that went down. And the Albert thing's gonna be cool. We already did the first one. I can tell you without spoiling anything that I think the second one's gonna be a little bit more rock oriented.
Okay.
The first one was a little sort of like trippy.
I remember that
sounding.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be a little more rock oriented. Also, I've been writing. I wrote like 13 songs, and I recorded demos for all of them and finished them on the break. That's for a solo project that I'm working on. It's gonna be the next thing I release. I don't know when it's gonna be out. I just demoed everything.
Have you mentioned that at all yet?
I mentioned it on the live stream. No one knows what it's gonna be in terms of like the grand scheme of things, because I don't know what it's gonna be really. And I have lofty goals. I just don't know if I'll be able to pull them off. But the music part of it is written. So I take forever to revise things, but so it's for the better part of a year I've been working on this and writing these songs. So that's kind of why
he's being very modest too. He's very excited about it. He does send it out to us, and not like a, but it's just like hey, can you check this out?
He's heard the whole thing.
But it's good. I've been a fan of everything, and I always see how you progress. So
thank you. I basically stupidly dialed back the YouTube stuff a little bit and worked on some originals. And the reason for that is because the live streams, you guys have been very encouraging to to me in the original material, and I was sort of down in the dumps about it, and you guys really got me back into it. John Schultz, that song I kind of put on the back burner, but I should finish it. I sent him a song. I wrote kind of like a funny song. That's not part of this project, but I wrote like I'll play it for you after.
Okay.
I wrote a funny song, but I kind of like it was a little too cheese. I got to make it like a no, because the problem is like when I write a song as a joke, it sounds like a joke. I'd rather it sound like a good song, and then when you like listen to the lyrics, you go, oh, that's kind of fucked up.
It's like you used to be hot.
Yeah, that's exactly.
All right.
Oh, thank you, Ernie Jackson. So we're gonna probably call it soon. Any other questions before we call? Oh, he wanted to know about the what tattoo did you say? He wanted to know
The
about?
dinosaur tattoo.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll give you the non-depressing version. I had those Marx dinosaurs from like the pharmacy that you'd buy in like a bag for like $1, the hard plastic dinosaurs as a kid. And that one was always my favorite. So this one. So I brought it to tattoo artist here in Staten Island, Bound for Glory Tattoo, Tom Connors, if you happen to be here and want a tattoo. And I brought him that exact toy, and I said, please put this on my body. Same thing happened with this doozer here from Fraggle Rock, but that's for my sister. This was a wind-up toy that she had. And yeah, I just really liked dinosaurs as a kid. I still do. Jurassic Park's still one of my favorite movies ever. One question a little back for you said, I think it was from Riley, said, all the band geeks been friends of yours since childhood.
Me and you have. You're probably my oldest friend.
Richie and I have known each other since we're like 10.
Yeah, I think 10.
10, and we'll be 39 this year. Yipes.
I've been playing with Andy Graziano and Andy Ascalise since we're 15, 16.
Yeah.
Brandy
Came along with Andy.
Yeah. Anne-Marie, was my wife. Not my childhood friend, but my wife.
My wife.
That would have been weird because I'm 7 years older than her. And who else? Vinny. Vinny, actually, I've known Vinny since he's a kid. Because Vinny's sister took lessons at the store.
Okay.
And Vinny used to like accompany her. And he was like, he was a self-taught kid. So he would always he knew like 1,000 chords. He didn't know how to read music or anything, but it was just like, who is this kid that keeps showing up and knows like all these songs? I've known him since he's like a teenager. I've probably known him since he's like 13.
That's a big thing with musicians too.
Yeah.
If you just kind of keep showing up and doing stuff, people will be like, hey, you want to play? You want to hang out with us and play some music?
For the upcoming project, do you bring in musicians to record the tracks or do everything yourself? Okay, I really wanted to do everything myself because I'm an ass, but no, here's the problem. I do the demos myself, and then anybody who's ever written a song will tell you get attached to the demo. And then when anybody comes in and plays something, even if it's better than what you played,
Yeah.
you're like, but I did this thing there that you're not doing.
Right.
So I've recorded all the demos myself. I'm making myself a promise to not do that. So I do want to get musicians to play. I have a wish list of who I want to play on things. It's very early to talk about this because basically the music's written and it's just demoed. I still have to re-record everything. It's gonna take a while. But I just want to explain that because a lot of people say oh, I love when you guys got back to the studio and did it all. I want to keep doing that, but I had to do this. I had to do it. I had to write music now because I wasn't writing music, and then you guys convinced me to, and also my friend Hanan, he convinced me to. He's like, why aren't you writing music anymore? And
Sure.
And so I said, you know what, because I got cynical about it. I was just why go through all the trouble so you sell 100 copies of something and your mom buys most of them, and it's
Your mom doesn't buy any of your albums.
yeah, she does. But I was like, what's the point? But then when I started doing the live stream, I started hanging out with Hanan first. He was like, dude, what are you doing? Write music again.
Right.
And then you guys in the live stream were very encouraging. So well, I'm sure you can, Marsman. I'm sure you can guess the wish list. I'm sure you can.
Number 1 is me.
Yes.
Number 2 is Anne-Marie.
Yes.
That's how that works.
All the people on YouTube who say, "Why is that guy doing this?" Those are the kind of people I want to have on this. I just want to piss everybody off.
Yep. I'm gonna be listed on every single song, and it's just gonna have just an ellipses, just 3 little dots. So it'll say like Richie Castellano, like lead guitar, vocals, Anthony Castellano, vocals, Jarrett Pressman, and just 3 little dots, like just 3 ellipses. Just
You don't know what he
blank.
did.
It's
he
the
did something.
No, it's the little like bubbles when you're talking on.
We've
your
discussed
iPhone.
this. I do have something I want you to do on this project.
I know.
So-
I'm always involved in some way. That's the benefit of being a lifelong friend of somebody talented.
You're talented too, jerk. Yeah, somebody has to play the kazoo.
Oh, no, nobody has to do that.
Man, we get flamed on YouTube hard for doing that.
I don't care. That stuff is good. I nailed that Billy Joel solo.
And also let me tell you something else. Like, the people who see, okay, so here's the problem. when you get close, like, I guess because we get pretty close,
right?
And because we're all like OCD about music,
yeah, we're OCD about harmonies and tones. And,
so we get like pretty close to the originals on some things, and it's not because like we're trying to win a competition. It's because
we're trying to win YouTube.
No, it's because like it's just the way we do things. It's just like how we do it. Like we're very detail oriented. We pay attention to things. People get mad when like one thing is not right. Like on the Close to the Edge video, it's like, in measure 1275, beat 8 1/4. It's like, she sings a note that's not really on the record, guys. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Like, people get mad when it's not totally accurate. Mm-hmm. So when we do like, we
do silly things.
We do like,
right.
And then the kazoos come in. Some people are like, what the hell? Like, you ruined it. Like, but the original's you could go listen to the original if you want to hear it perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I like to ruin one thing on everything, I always like, it's got to be perfect, but then one thing has to be completely wrecked. That's how I like to do it. That's my aesthetic.
Well, I'll give credit to the very, very early videos because we didn't realize that it was going to be important that if I wasn't playing anything or singing anything, that I shouldn't be just sitting on the couch on my iPad. On my iPad. But I'm doing my best, Joam. Thank you.
Oh, and another thing is, we have a GoPro up there, and the only way it can be monitored is through a phone or an iPad.
Right.
So some people are like, why is that girl sitting up there on her phone? Like, no, she's monitoring the cameras. Yeah. She's actually running the camera.
I love our kazoo stuff. I love our silly stuff. Our silly stuff is usually the best stuff.
I think so. But the other thing is, like, with the 25 or 6 to 4 video, it's like the people who get it are like, so I watched you guys do that, and then the kazoos came in and I fell off my chair. I'm like, that's what we're trying to do. We want everybody to have back injuries from falling off chairs. It's yeah, that's it. It's a band geek. Something's got to be screwed up about it. We try to get close, but I can't help it. I'm a self-saboteur. Something's got to be a little off.
It's just we didn't have to do Close to the Edge with toilet and sink sounds and spoons and crap. There's a lot of bird calls in there that we didn't wind up using that I tried that didn't work. But we tried. It was just like, oh yeah, let's try and do it ourselves. Why not? So
yeah.
The kazoo was originally out of necessity.
Oh, here's another one.
Because we didn't have room for horns.
Yeah. The other one is that on my Bohemian Rhapsody, it's like, this is great. Doesn't sound like Freddie though.
Well, there's only one person who sounds like Freddie.
Yeah.
1.5 people who sound like Freddie.
No, but I'm like, yeah. I can't, because I guess if you do something so close and then like one thing isn't exact, like I think it screws with people's heads. It's because when like, okay, Close to the Edge, right? Like, we really got the sounds close. Like, I took time getting the right drum samples and the bass sound and the guitar. Like, I really worked on that.
Right.
And me and Chris went crazy working on the keyboard sounds. But then, like, when someone else sings it and it's not, it's like cognitive dissonance.
Right.
That's what it is. That's the word I was looking for. It's cognitive dissonance. Because it's like, you hear it and it's like, oh my God, it's like the record. And then something comes on that's not like the record and you go, oh, but that. I'm like, yeah, but I guess that's exactly like me with the Star Wars Theory video.
Well, but no, I actually, it's funny because I mentioned this to you very briefly last week. I was just listening. I wanted metal in the morning. So I've been listening to Hailstorm's albums, And they have their own albums, but then they have albums that they call Reanimate, which is just cover versions of stuff.
Oh, cool.
And the first song on one of those albums is Dissident Aggressor by Judas Priest, which, if you listen to that song, it sounds terrible. But when Hailstorm covers it, the first note that comes out of Lizzie Hale's mouth is what I imagine Black Canary sounds like.
Wow.
You know? And it's just like, I was like, oh, you took it and you elevated it, but I understand that you're not Judas Priest. I get it. So, yeah, that's the same thing as putting a kazoo in a Chicago classic song. Or, yeah.
It's also a little bit of like levity and irreverence, I guess. I don't know.
Otherwise, then you just be listening to a straight cover, and then you're like, all right, I could listen to the original.
Yeah, it's got to be a little different. But
So why we're sitting defending ourselves to people that are watching us.
and they're like, yes, you're right. Stop talking about this. Someone asked, what's my favorite song to play on guitar? One of the songs I always like sort of like play is
What's your warm-up song?
well, it's not really well. Okay, that's a different question. Like my crunchy sound one is "Stepping Out"
Okay.
by the Blues Breakers. Which is we played it last week. It's I love Eric Clapton, and if I'm playing clean, it's this.
Oh, yeah. Which one is the clean sound?
It's "Love Will Find a Way" by Yes. That's like my clean warm-up sound. Love will find a way. I love that. Yeah, I like that song too, Joel. It's very much like Lazy, Deep Purple. Yeah. Have we ever attempted Tull? No, we haven't.
No, I don't think so. Did we ever... Sitting on a park bench.
There we go. We just did it.
I don't know the words besides park bench.
Oh yeah, Matt, you like this? Federa?
Yeah.
The shuffle and madness.
Greetings from Colombia. Hola, amigo. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué sorpresa?
What did you just say?
I said, hi, friend. What a surprise. How are you?
Do I know any Foghat? Yeah.
The one Foghat song?
Yeah, we play with Foghat a lot, so I could probably play all those songs just from hearing them a bunch.
Rush 2112, start to finish. Okay, let's start. That's the beginning of That's the beginning of Temple of Syrinx.
No, I'm not gonna see Spinal Tap because it's not in costume, and I kind of like. I need to see them in costume. Sorry, I saw them twice in costume. It was like the greatest thing ever.
There was a concert when I was in California where it was Tenacious D, and as a surprise, wasn't on the bill. As a surprise, Spinal Tap opens for them.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh
it
my
was
god.
The weirdest. It was the weirdest like randomness.
All right, so I guess we're gonna stop. Thank you guys very much for watching and for hanging out with us tonight. My original black suit. Oh, I'm not gonna. It's a piano song, and it's very depressing. So
No, not suit, coat. Play your original black coat.
Oh, black coat.
Yeah, I love black coat.
Oh yes, Wubino. Thank you for the flag. I appreciate it. And changes. You know, someone wanted to do changes. Jules wanted to come on and do changes because he plays marimba now. Yeah, he got a marimba.
That's it's yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We don't know what 2000 is gonna bring. Yeah, we got some projects in mind, some stuff in the
Yeah, let's
pipeline.
go with that. It's better. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.
Bye.